catch by Jay Nathaniel. Touchdown, Hurricanes!
Shooter take a shot deep. Open target! Got it. Herthog from left to right. Sets up. Oh,
Down!
watch where he's going to step. He's going to go for it. It fell from the sky into Aaron Ike's hand.
Week 1 it continues here in the CFSL as we come to you live from Alton Stadium in Eugene, Oregon, as the Oregon Ducks are set to face off against the Toledo Rockets. I'm Vinny Mixon. Joining me in the booth is my partner, Matt Hatchell. Matt, it's week 1. What are these teams trying to figure out about themselves this week?
Vinny, pleasure to be in the booth with you. Tonight is all about setting the tone. Both these teams coming off losing seasons last year, as well as Oregon getting bounced from the CFSL playoffs by another MAC team in Bowling Green. Trying to set the tone early tonight in Toledo, looking for a quick upset to start their year.
And Oregon is set to get the ball first. Brantley Gauchi and company will look to take the field here as they're going to go 2 receivers on each side of the field. They're going to drop back from the pocket. He's going to find a slant across the middle. Able to pick up 12 is Phillip Allen.
Yeah, Phillip Allen getting started early here is the sophomore. My key tonight, Vinny, how does Tom Hendricks play into this Oregon offense? Was the backup at Florida State last year, came over in the transfer portal, now has the chance to get the starting job.
And as they're going to go with the read option on this one, Gauchi's going to keep it. He's going to find himself 4 yards. And going back to what you just said, I was able to talk to Convict, the AD for Oregon, and he said somebody to look for would be Tom Hendricks, as they want to use him to control the clock in this game. As Oregon looks to come out in a pistol set on this one, and they will go read option once again, and Gauchi's going to be able to pick up a couple yards on this one, and it's going to bring us to a 3rd and 4.
Yeah, the read option, we've already seen it really pay off for teams already this week, Vinny, and I think we're going to see that going forward. I think that's going to really be the key for teams in games. Can that get going for them? If it can, I think they stand a good chance of winning.
3rd and 4 set. They're going to drop back to pass. He's going to fire it to the left side of the field, and that one's going to be picked off right there. Toledo coming away with a turnover early in this game. That's going to be Jackson Vernal making that interception on that play.
Jackson Vernal, the freshman corner from Gainesville, Florida, with his first interception of his career, goes up and just takes it from the Oregon player, just underthrown by Gauchi. Unfortunately, Vernal, perfect positioning Toledo with some momentum early.
And that was one of Gauchi's problems last season. Had a few more interceptions than he had touchdowns, looking to shake that off this year. As McCade Albert is going to get his chance to run the read option on this one. He's going to end up flying but picking up 5 yards.
Yeah, Albert, the sophomore, takes the shot there, but stays up and is able to get 5. I just said it, Vinny. The read option, if you don't learn anything from this first week, it is your team needs to run the read option to be successful.
As they're going to have a 2nd and 5 on this one, they're looking to go pistol set, and it's going to be a handoff here. That's going to be KJ Kretzer cutting up field. He's able to pick up 12 and get a Toledo first down as they move across midfield into Oregon territory.
Yeah, starting with the good field position thanks to the interception. Now already on the Oregon side of the field, Mo Black going to get his first tackle of the season.
They're going to go shotgun set here. 2 receivers to the top of your screen. He's going to fire it across the middle. That's going to be Nolan Ellis picking up 17, continuing to move the chains for Toledo.
Yeah, Nolan Ellis, the senior, playing his final season here, doing it good for the Rockets right there, right over the middle of the field. Breaks a tackle as well. Great job by the Oregon secondary, though, to quickly come up and bring him down. But still, you can't give up that middle of the field. We saw it kill Florida State last night. It's going to kill Oregon if they keep it up.
Middle of the field being effective here as they're going to go play action on this one. Looking to fire it to the left side of the field. He's got a man going right back to Nolan Ellis, able to pick up 9 on that play.
And I don't really blame him. Again, Ellis, the elite senior wideout from Hendersonville, Tennessee. We know what he can do. If I'm Albert, if I need someone to check it down to, Ellis is that man.
Ellis has been reliable here early as they go with the handoff on this one. KJ Kressler able to find a hole, able to pick up 9 yards, get him into a 1st and goal territory for Toledo.
I mean, that's a great run by Kressler, but that's just great blocking by the offensive line, Vinny. A hole big enough to drive a Mack truck through, pun intended. Great job by this Toledo offense, really just chewing down this clock quickly.
Absolutely having their way in this one so far as they look to fire that one, and that's going to be knocked down by Abu.
Yeah, Abu, the freshman middle linebacker from Baltimore, just swats it down there, and that's a big play because Oregon really just moving the ball at will down the field finally slows down that offense.
They're going to go 3 receiver set on this one. Going to go read option, like you've said, been effective so far in this one. And that's going to be 4 yards on that one. About 5 yards left to get into that end zone.
And Vinny, right now, if I'm Oregon, Oregon's just not showing any sort of aggressiveness on the defensive side of the ball. Really staying back. I don't know if maybe they planned for a bit more passing from Toledo early. They're playing very defensive, pun intended, very far back. I got to show some aggression. I got to send a blitz or something to try to slow down this Rockets offense.
And that would be the perfect time for a blitz as McCade Albert's going to fire this one over to Sailor Sage. But that one's going to fall incomplete, bringing up a 4th down.
Sage coming over in the transfer portal. She couldn't hold on to it, unfortunately. Great job by Oregon's defense to hold them to 3 here, but a better job by Toledo's offense for really moving down that field.
Absolutely, as they're able to get their first points of the season here, coming within 3 minutes of their first game. Oregon's offense, not an effective first drive, ended up in an interception. But what do they need to do to bounce back?
It's hard to tell, obviously. First drive of the season, ends in an interception. It's hard to tell what needed to be changed. It really seemed like they were playing okay, just unfortunately that interception came on what would probably been a great play for them in the drive. So if I'm Oregon, no reason to change anything yet. You were moving the ball successfully. Maybe don't take a deep shot right now, maybe some shorter passes.
Absolutely. As you said, moving the ball well. They averaged 4 yards of play on that last drive. As they're going to take a shot here on this one. And that one's going to be intercepted as well. That's going to be Angelo Perez take this one back across midfield. He's got blockers, and he's going to get pushed out at the 30-yard line.
Toledo coming out early saying, hey, maybe we should be in the P2 and Oregon sit down in the back. What a job. Gauchi just does not, again, get enough under it. Looking for Ty Wright, the senior. And a great job by Perez, Vinny. Keeps the feet in bounds and just takes off down the sideline. That's one-on-one, 1 or 2 more blocks, and that's 6. So Toledo really having all the momentum right now.
Holy Toledo is correct on that one. They're going to have the ball once again at the 30-yard line of Oregon. Nolan Ellis is going to get the pass on this one, but he's only able to pick up 1.
And I like that play by Toledo, honestly. You know, maybe Oregon, expecting them to go deep, so tries a little check down. Oregon just reads it really well. If I'm Toledo, though, I might try that play again in the future.
Absolutely, got to keep those receiver screens in your back pocket at times. They fire this one over the middle, and that's going to be Amiri Hashimoto picking up 9 yards and the first down.
Yeah, Hashimoto picking up the first down, and I do want to say congrats to Perez as well. Another freshman on this young Toledo team. First career interception. If he's going to keep playing like that, I'm sure the first of many.
Yeah, and to go back, both freshman quarterbacks in this game able to come away with their first interceptions of the season, as Hashimoto is going to get another pass here going for 3.
Yeah, and I like this by Toledo, really spreading the ball around early as Albert, getting it to different receivers, trusting Kretzer in the backfield, keeping Oregon guessing. When you're a little bit lesser talent-wise like Toledo is, you got to do that. Keep your opponent on their toes.
So they're going to send Sailor Sage in motion on this one, and they're going to fire it out to her, and she's going to pick up a Toledo touchdown with 17 yards on that play.
Yeah, and that's what a great passing game can do. We saw Toledo last drive and earlier to Hashimoto working that outside part of the field, working the lines. So what does that do? Frees up the middle of the field. And when you have a big body like Sailor Sage, 6'4", 250, the junior, she knows what to do in that open field. You got to put somebody on her. That's an easy 6 for Toledo.
Absolutely, and I love the play design on that one. Move your tight end from left to right and have them run back to the left, moving the entire defense. Created the open space, able to get that touchdown. And Toledo out here with a 10-point lead. And for those of you who are into the sports book, Toledo came into this game as a plus 19.5 underdog. As Mo Black's going to continue.
I was just going to say, and I mean, that's an impressive start by Toledo, but if I'm Oregon, I got to be feeling a little bit of fire now. I think the key for Oregon right now, no disrespect to Brantley Gauchi, put the ball on the ground, though. You brought Tom Hendricks over in the transfer portal for a reason. You talked to Convict. Convict said Hendricks is going to be a big part of the game plan tonight. I've yet to see him get a handoff.
Absolutely. Gauchi struggling early in this game as they go empty backfield on this one. And Gauchi's going to take another shot downfield. And this one is almost intercepted. Heartbreak right there. Toledo could have had that 3rd interception on that one.
Benny Trill, the sophomore, over in coverage, almost picking that ball off for the 3rd interception.
As they go shotgun set on this one, play action. He's going to find a receiver on the outside. Phillip Allen able to pick up 15.
Yeah, and I think if Oregon's going to continue to throw the ball, Vinny, that's what they need to do. I understand you're down 10 early. Nobody likes that. But at the very least, you're not going to tie the game up with a touchdown right now. There's no reason to try to force something that isn't there. Take what you can get. Let the defense work themselves tired.
Absolutely. You just got to take your chunk plays when you can. And here they go once again, going empty backfield on this one. Gauchi's going to try and escape. Breaks one tackle, but not able to get away from the second one, as that looks like Justin Ballard getting his first sack of the season.
Yeah, Ballard, the middle linebacker, just not getting full there. Gauchi couldn't break anything off, and a great job, not just by Ballard, but the entire defense. We see 3 guys there to pull him down.
Absolutely breaking as much tackles as he can, trying to put the team on his back. Ends up losing 5, though, as they're going to go pistol set on this one. Firing it across the middle. That's going to be Ty Wright right here, picking up his first completion, or his first catch of the game, going for 17.
Yeah, great pickup there by Wright. And, guys, we do have an update from you from Columbus, Georgia, taking a quick 14-0 lead with about 3 minutes left in this first quarter over on Twitch. Again, Bulldogs up 14-0 early on the Buckeyes.
Got great games going on both. 14-0 over there. We got a 10-0 game here early in this one. 4 minutes still left to play. As Gauchi's going to drop back. He's got the pressure in his face, and this one's going to fall to the turf.
Yeah, good job by Gauchi there. Gets rid of it, but still makes it like it's a competitive pass so he doesn't get punished for intentional grounding, possibly. Smart decision there by the quarterback.
They're going to come up 2nd and 10 here across midfield on this one. They go play action, and Gauchi throws this one away as well.
Yeah, Gauchi just looking a little lost out there right now, Vinny. I mean, I get it. Nobody wants to throw 2 interceptions on 2 straight drives to start your season, but you got to settle down right now.
Absolutely. Looking like the promise to this drive starting to slow down on this one. He's going to fire it to the outside, and that's going to sail over his receiver's head. That's going to bring up a 4th and 10 for Oregon.
And that's really unfortunate because he did have a man open over there as well. Maybe threw it a bit too late, so he might have been able to get the feet down, but regardless, had a guy, but unfortunately couldn't find him.
As Oregon is set to punt this one away, and this one is going to go right out the back of the end zone. Toledo's offense is going to come out here with the 10-point lead.
Yeah, and if I'm Toledo, I just keep Oregon guessing. I love what they're doing, mixing up the runs, the short passes, the long passes, getting everybody involved. Oregon cannot predict what this offense is doing right now.
Absolutely. As they go pass on this one, that's going right back to Hashimoto, getting his 3rd catch in this one, going for 5.
Yeah, and a quick pass there from Albert as well. Sees the pressure coming, but sees the coverage as well. Knows he has to get to Hashimoto quick, and does a great job.
And like you said, Albert's done a great job of mixing it up who they're going to as they go to the ground on this one. That's going to be Kretzer, but he's only going to pick up 1, bringing up a 3rd and 3.
Yeah, had the idea there, unfortunately, couldn't get to the outside. Great job by Oregon getting the tackle. I want to say that's Thomas Schultz, the middle linebacker. Couldn't quite see the number, though, but the Oregon front 7 really coming up big there.
One of the big things here in this first quarter, neither team has converted on a 3rd down attempt. As Toledo's going to look to try and set up the screen. Kretzer's going to get to the outside, breaks the tackle, and is able to pick up a 1st down.
Yeah, brought down by Jeff Johnson, but not before he picked up the first. Great play call by Toledo, going to the screen, showing it can work. Huge 1st down.
As you can see, Toledo here with double the yards of Oregon here in the first quarter, as they're going to look to hand off to the right side, cuts it back middle, only going for 1 yard on that play.
And right now, I think Toledo's game plan, Vinny, is just keep the ball moving. I think right now they are really wearing down this Oregon defense, and that's going to pay off for them in the long run. Don't be surprised if they keep the ball moving on short plays this drive.
Absolutely. The balance has been there as they go play action. They're going to fire it across the middle. Got Sailor Stage wide open, able to pick up 33 on that play.
It's a great route by Sage, but notice after she catches the ball, gets a block from her fellow receiver. That's huge. They have a defender there ready to make the tackle, but he can't get over in time. Perfect pickup block there by Ellis Buddy. So what has happened? Sage cuts it even further. Sage at 6'4", 250. She is quick. She doesn't run like a normal tight end. Really a receiver that's just playing tight end.
Absolutely. Drew Caleb, the one on the tackle for Oregon. World-class speed had to use to catch up to him. As we're going to get a handoff here going to Sergio Brooks, going for 2 yards on that play.
Yeah, Brooks the walk-on, getting some runs there. And, I mean, obviously, as Tanner Yodom getting his 5th tackle, obviously, we know that that walk-ons are going to get some yards every now and again. But if you're Oregon, you can't give up consistent yards to that walk-on.
Absolutely not. As Kretzer's going to get the toss going to the right side on this one. He's going to pick up 7, bringing up a 3rd and 1 for Toledo.
Yeah, great play there. Mo Black getting credit for the tackle. Great pitch, though, by Toledo. Great play call and play design.
As we're going to have 3rd and 1 upcoming. They're going from a shotgun set. They're going to fire. And this one's going to be intercepted by Oregon. Something their defense needed on that one. That's going to be Thomas Schultz with the interception.
Yeah, Schultz, the middle linebacker, 2 tackles on the night now and an interception. And I had a feeling these types of play calls were going to bite Toledo eventually. We saw it on one of their touchdowns earlier. We saw it on the touchdown earlier. We now see it here. Throwing in short, and I mean short yard situation with a guy like Kretzer. A little questionable from my personal opinion, but it worked previously. Doesn't work there, though. Oregon trying to get some of that momentum back.
Yeah, that's a heartbreaker for Toledo. They had a nice drive going. And Oregon, something they really needed to try and get back in this ballgame, as this one's going to fire across the middle and fall incomplete.
Yeah, and out of the hands of the receiver, Gauchi now 3 for 10 to start the day. Not a great start. Again, I'm surprised Oregon is not running the ball a bit more right now.
Quick update over on Twitch. It is Georgia leading Ohio State 14-0 at the end of the first quarter as Trey Stivers over here picks up 6 and bring this to a 3rd and 4.
Yeah, Stivers making it 3rd and manageable now with a quick 4-yard pickup. Oregon, let's hear, can they go 1 for 3 on 3rd downs?
As they're going to go with a pistol set on this one. Gauchi drops back the pass, fires it across the middle, and Stivers picks up 5, just enough for a 1st down.
Yeah, they're going to give Stivers forward progression there as he does get pushed back by the big hit from the corner there, but just enough to pick up the 1st down. Oregon keeping this drive alive.
Gaff Hudson in here, the freshman, trying to get his 1st tackle of the season. As we're down to a minute left in this 1st quarter, Oregon going to go play action and toss it downfield, and once again dropped by Benny Trill on that play.
Trill being everywhere right now. The safety really putting it up as we have another update from Columbus. Ohio State finally putting points on the board. 14-7 Bulldogs still, though. 8:30 left in the 1st half.
We got a 2nd and 10 on this one as they look to go shotgun set on that one. And Brantley Gauchi is going to be sacked. I believe that is Autry Findle making the sack on that.
Findle, the freshman from Warner Robins, Georgia, just fights through the line there and just throws Gauchi to the ground. Great job by the freshman fighting through those blocks, getting back to Gauchi, finally putting a little bit of a stopper on this drive, make it 3rd and long.
Freshman stepping up here big for this Toledo defense. Interceptions and sacks all around. 3rd and 15 for Oregon. They're going to fire it to the sidelines. This one's going to be complete, but 2 yards short of the 1st down.
Yeah, Michael White, the senior, 1st catch of the season, able to bring it down, but not enough for the 1st, just short. Great job by the Toledo defense, and Oregon having to punt the ball away yet again.
And as Toledo sets up for the return, there's going to be Amiri Hashimoto getting the return, breaking a few tackles here, and getting it up around the 40-yard line of Toledo.
Yeah, and if I'm Toledo right now, I'm telling McCade Oliver, hey, you know we're going to throw interceptions. It happens. Don't let it get to you. Don't let it get to you like you got to Gauchi.
Absolutely. 2 tight ends set on this one. And Albert's going to go deep, and it's going to be knocked away by Drew Caleb.
Caleb almost coming down with it. We almost have 4 interceptions in the 1st quarter. Unfortunately, though, can't come down with it. 2nd and 10 now for the Rockets.
And they're going to go with 2 receivers to the top of your screen. They're going to end up handing this off to Kretzer up the middle. And he picks up 5, bringing us to a much more manageable 3rd and 5.
Absolutely. If there's one thing for Toledo, if he's going to set the pace, it's going to be Kretzer.
And that play is going to bring us to the end of the 1st quarter in this one. We have the Toledo Rockets coming into Oregon, taking a 10-0 lead here. As you're watching the PX1 Sports on Twitch, on YouTube. And we're back with more CFSL action here on YouTube. Toledo with a 3rd and 5 attempt here from the shotgun. As McCade Albert fires this one, not able to thread the needle. Jeff Johnson knocks it away.
Great coverage by Johnson, swats it down. Albert has slowed down a little bit after those first great drives, but still doing well, 9 for 14. But as I was saying at the end of that first quarter, Vinny, I really think KJ Kretzer is going to set the tone for Toledo each game. If he can get started early on the ground like we saw, Toledo Stadium's a good chance, but they kind of have abandoned him a little bit, going a little bit more pass heavy. I think we need to see some more runs from this Toledo offense.
Absolutely averaging 5.5 yards a carry on that one. As you can see, the Toledo defense only gave up 63 yards in that first quarter with the 2 sacks, the 2 interceptions here. Oregon's offense has struggled for the most part here as Brantley Gauchi shows up in the pistol. And he's going to hand this one off, going to Hendricks up the middle, able to pick up 5.
Yeah, and Hendricks finally getting his first rushing attempt of the game. Did not touch the ball that entire first quarter. I'm wondering if maybe Oregon wanted to see if that passing game would be more available. With it not being so, though, I wonder if they go to Hendricks more.
You got to think that would be the case on this one. As they go back to the air, Trey Meekins getting his first catch in this one for 5 yards.
Meekins the third, able to pull it down just across the first down marker, and that is a quick first down for Oregon.
The junior coming over in the transfer portal to the Ducks, getting his first catch of the season. As Gauchi's going to fire this one to the left side. That's going to be completed, going to Michael White for 8.
Yeah, great job by White catching it, but a great throw as well by Gauchi. Throw it to him early enough so he can plant that foot and cut up. We see a lot of quarterbacks throw it just a bit too late, and their guy catches as he's falling out of bounds.
Absolutely great target on time pass there by Gauchi. As they hand this one off to Hendricks, he's got a lane to get upfield, and he's able to pick up 10.
Yeah, it's a great job there by Hendricks on 2nd and 2. Picks up 10. Really feeling it now. Oregon finally starting to get some of that momentum back.
Absolutely. Their offense getting a little bit more balanced here. Able to get themselves a drive going, much needed for their confidence as they go right back to Hendricks. But he gets pushed backwards and not able to pick up a single yard.
Yeah, it's a great job on the defensive side by Justin Ballard, the middle linebacker, not being fooled there at all. Sees the open hole and just attacks it. Stops Hendricks in the backfield.
Sophomore Justin Ballard making his presence known early. As Oregon comes out in a pistol set, they're going to send a man in motion. You're going to have 2 receivers to the top of your screen. As Gauchi's going to fire over to the right sideline. Michael White making another catch, going for 5 yards.
White able to keep the chosen bounds as another update coming out of Columbus, Georgia. Able to put another 3 spot on the board. 17-7 Bulldogs. 6:30 left in the first half.
As Oregon is going to look to try and set up a screen on this one, and it's going to go for no yards on that one. Brian Davis making the stop on there for the Toledo defense.
Davis, the sophomore defensive tackle, sees the screen coming and is able to get to Hendricks in time. Oregon forced to punt the ball away again, Vinny. Not able to get anything going on offense, making progress but still have not closed down any drives. If I'm Toledo right now, again, I think I got to get Kretzer a bit more involved. Maybe that frees up some play action for later in the drive.
Absolutely, and you got to give credit to Oregon's punter on that one with a for the brand moment, able to pin them inside the 15 as Albert can't find anywhere to go, and he's going to end up getting sacked by a loss of 4 from Brazelton.
Yeah, Brazelton just comes through untouched almost, it looks like. Fights off 2 guys with ease. And great job by Albert, though, recognizing it, tries to make a cut, but then gets blocked off, I believe, Caden Norris, it looks like. So has to cut back upfield right into Brazelton. Great job by the Ducks defensive line.
Absolutely. Able to stay in their pass rush lanes on that one, contain the quarterback, get the loss on this. Now it's a 2nd and 14 from Toledo's own 10-yard line as they look to go play action, able to fire it across the middle and pick up yards after the catch is Ellis Buddy for 12 yards.
Great job by Buddy there. First reception of the season for him, right across the middle. Had that great block earlier for the Sailor Sage gain. Now able to get his first reception.
The story in this game so far, the failure on 3rd downs from both teams. Both teams only converted 1. This will be the 2nd one for Toledo, and they get a broken tackle, and another broken tackle, still going down the field. Rasheed Williams going for 23 yards and a Toledo first down.
Well, goodness gracious, Rasheed Williams, welcome to the show. Well, couple broken tackles, had the first down with the reception. Breaks not 1, not 2, or was it 2? I couldn't quite keep count. I failed math. It was just 2. But regardless, great job by Williams. Toledo coming out firing on all cylinders tonight, Vinny.
Absolutely, and Drew Caleb's not an easy man to break out of his tackles right there. Rasheed Williams giving him credit on his first catch in the CFSL. As they look to drop back and pass this one, they're going to the sidelines once again. Amiri Hashimoto getting another catch in this game.
Yeah, I remember last time Toledo favored those sidelines. A big Sailor Sage touchdown across the middle came right after that.
Absolutely. The balance is what Toledo has to get back to as they're going to send a man in motion on this one and fire it across the middle as they pick up a first down and a few more yards on that play. That's going to be Chris Leone getting his first catch in this game.
Yeah, great job by Leone there. The other tight end. So instead of going to Sage, they go to Leone, her teammate, her fellow tight end. And Vinny, that's a very reminiscent. I believe that is the exact same play that Sage scored on in the first half, but this time because they're way deeper on the field, not able to score, but a great first down pickup for the Rockets.
Obviously, they saw something they liked with that play to begin with, decided to come right back to it, and as you can see, Sailor Sage right there in the slot. Maybe it's time to go right back to her as Albert's going to fire across the middle, but this one goes to Amiri Hashimoto.
Yeah, Hashimoto doing great things. Not going to be the one that's going to take the ball on a deep pass, but going to be that reliable dump-off receiver right near about 5-6 yard route every time, and every quarterback needs one.
2nd and 3 upcoming from the Oregon 27-yard line. This one's only going for 1 yard.
Yeah, Kretzer, I'm surprised he got back to the line. I didn't think he did, but a great job by Yodom, 6th tackle of the game, able to stop him short.
Yodom's been a force there in the run game, able to limit this Toledo offense from escaping too many runs. As they go right up the middle again on this one, that's going to be Sergio Brooks for 4 yards and picking up a Toledo first down.
Yeah, Brooks again, the walk-on, picking up the first down, but that's a great job by Albert. Goes with the read option, sees Caden Norris sitting there, so what does he do? Makes the right read and hands it off for the first.
As KJ Kretzer is going to get the handoff going to the left side on this one, tries to cut up a little bit, able to get 9 yards on that play.
And I have to give credit to KJ Kretzer so far. Obviously still in the first half, but most of the time when we see these halfbacks come out, we see their backup stay in for 2, 3, sometimes even 4 plays. Kretzer is taking 1 play off and then getting right back out there.
As they're going to sub him out once again, Sergio Brooks sitting there in the backfield. They're going to go under center, look to pass on this one. Not able to get it off as the rush gets there. That's going to be Brazelton and J.D. Callahan making that play.
Yeah, Callahan, the corner, going to get credit for the sack there, and that's what I'm surprised Oregon hasn't done more of. You have a chance. You know your D-line can really overwhelm this offensive line. I'm surprised they're not sending more pressure. If I'm Oregon, I should be sending 5, 6 guys every time. Try to get to Albert quickly, or at the very least stop Kretzer in the backfield.
Absolutely. Brazelton, a great, as they bring the pressure on that one, but Albert's able to get out of that, throw it to Sailor Sage, picking up 11 and the first down.
And that's the downside to bringing the blitz against this Toledo team, though. When you have a tight end like Sailor Sage, she's too quick for a linebacker to stay on and too big for a corner to stay on. That's a disadvantage. That's a match you want every time.
Pistol set on this one as they hand it off to Kretzer, finding a crease, able to pick up 7 and get down to about the 5-yard line.
And, I mean, credits to KJ Kretzer right now. 9 rushes, 52 yards, averaging just under 6 yards per rush right now, and against a very good Oregon defense.
This Toledo offense is rocking both ways of the ball as Kretzer going to try and run to the right side, only able to pick up 1.
Yeah, 3rd and 2, which means they can technically get the first and not score, though they'd have to be on, I believe, the 2-inch line to do that. Big play, though, coming up for Toledo.
Absolutely. As you see Chris Leone in here to sub for Sailor Sage. As they throw it to the right side of the field, it's going to be Rasheed Williams, gets 3 yards. They say he did not score, but did pick up enough for the first down.
Apparently, Rasheed Williams found that 2-inch line. I don't know how you did it, but a great pickup nonetheless.
As they have Sergio Brooks in the backfield going to the left side on this one. Brooks is going to fight and find his way in the end zone.
And I think that just really sums up the story of this first half, Vinny. I mean, Oregon's defense, I'm sorry, guys. I understand it's on the half-yard line, but you're going to let the backup walk-on halfback punch it in for 6. That's like against in front of the home fans. That's got to be a little embarrassing if you're Oregon. Meanwhile, Toledo, all cylinders are clicking right now. This is a Rockets team that cannot be stopped. Obviously, the first P2 team to play as well, and they're still, or I'm sorry, the first MAC team to play as well. Excuse me. Really showing the MAC. We saw Eastern Michigan last year going on a little bit of a Cinderella run in the playoffs. Toledo showing again the MAC. You can't underestimate them this season.
Absolutely. 17-0 here as we have 3 minutes left to go here in the first half. Oregon's offense going to start trailing by 17. They're going to go 3 receivers to the top of your screen. Gauchi looks to fire it. He's going to fire across the middle, and that's going to be dropped by his receiver.
Yeah, as once again, guys, an update from Columbus, Georgia. Again, putting another field goal through the uprights, 20-7. The Dogs, 2 minutes left in the first half.
As Gauchi drops back to fire once again. This time his receiver is able to hang on to it. Phillip Allen going for 8 yards on that play.
Yeah, Allen's 3rd reception, averaging over 11 yards per catch on 3 catches. That's very good for the young man. Just unfortunately, Oregon has not been able to do anything with it as 1 for 5 on 3rd downs.
Like you said, 1 for 5 on third down. Big third down here. They're going to fire this one in the flats, but it's not going to get enough. That's going to be Justin Ballard right there, stopping Trey Stivers short of that first down marker.
And once again, Oregon cannot convert on third down. And Vinny, I know I haven't been in the league the longest time, but if there's something I've learned, you need two things to succeed in this league, really. You need to be able to convert your third downs. You need to be able to run the read option. Toledo's done both of those tonight. Oregon hasn't done either of those tonight. And with just about 2 minutes left, or Toledo has a chance to put more points on the board before we get to half.
I like the way you think about the read option. Would you say that's probably your favorite play in the league?
I'm always a big fan of a good halfback screen that actually goes well more than anything. But to me, the read option just really tells you a lot about the offense.
As this one's going to be fired to Sailor Sage on this one, picking up 16. Another catch for her as she's up to 77 yards in this game.
And again, what I was saying earlier, Sage coming out of a blocking formation there. Again, just the build of her. She's too quick for a linebacker, too big for a corner. So your best bet is just to let her catch the ball and try to bring her down immediately. Otherwise, you risk getting burned.
So they're going to have 1st and 10 across midfield on this one. They're going to go 2-by-2 set on this. And out the pistol as Albert is going to fire. That's going to go to Rasheed Williams for 5 yards.
Williams doing a great job right now. 3 receptions, 31 yards. Had the big pickup the previous drive. And how about Albert? 18 for 23 to start as Tanner Yodom, 7th tackle of the game.
Really, you take away the interception for Albert, and he's having a phenomenal game here in this first half. Almost at 200 yards as he looks to fire it once again. And he's going to take a shot downfield, throws it late, and Mo Black almost comes away with his first interception on the season.
Yeah, Black couldn't come down with it there, and now 3rd down. But again, we talked about those conversions. Toledo 5 for 8 to start the game.
Absolutely. They picked up a lot of 3rd downs on their last drive. They're going to go halfback screen on this one. Does he get it? No, he's going to be 3 yards short of that. In field goal territory, though, but they are going to go for it.
And I love this by Toledo saying, hey, we got nothing to lose. We win, and that's a big upset. Let's go for it.
As we get an awkward throw by Albert, but he finds Sergio Brooks going for 8, picking up the first down, keeping this drive alive as we near a minute left in this first half.
And almost really a panic throw there by Albert, but luckily, because everybody's focused on him and on Kretzer, Brooks, who again has a touchdown tonight, just slips open and is able to pick up the first down.
Almost looked like Albert was trying to go 360 wide no scope on that one as he drops back once again. He's got Sage sitting in the flats, able to pick up 5 yards for Toledo.
Yeah, and Toledo going to call that first time out. I think they're believing now this is most likely their final drive of the half, so they don't want to waste any time.
As they're going to go shotgun set and Miri Hashimoto in motion on this play. As Albert's going to try and take off, and he's going to fumble the ball, but luckily for Toledo, Sailor Sage is right there to follow on it.
And that's the veteran presence of Sage right there. Sees something's breaking down in this play, goes to set a block for a quarterback, but instead recovers the fumble.
Andrew Palmer's the one that forces the fumble here for Oregon, as this pass is going to be a little bit on that play, bringing up a 4th and 2.
I think Albert a little rattled by that fumble, just instead, again, almost a throwaway that's not a throwaway. Just kind of throws it to where now he can get ruled for grounding, has a man in the area. Toledo going to set up for 3, but a 20-0 lead for the Rockets tonight. I don't think anybody expected this. Again, you said at the top of this broadcast, Vinny, came in 19.5-point underdogs.
Absolutely, and pitching a 20-0 shutout here in this first half as we got 44 seconds left to go. Oregon, do you think they have to score here to grab some momentum going into the second half?
I never want to call it early, and we've seen teams come back from bigger deficits, but with how good Toledo's playing right now, I think you need something, even if it's just a field goal.
As Gauchi tries to find somewhere to go with the ball, he can't, so he'll take off, picking up 9 before Angelo Perez makes the tackle on that play. Yeah,
great job by Gauchi picking up 9 there, and I do think Oregon needs a 3. I don't think you can come back from being shut out in the first half of the first game of the season.
Shotgun set once again, fires this to the left side of the field, and that's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, just unfortunately, receiver couldn't hang on to it, and we're back to Oregon's least favorite part of a drive. 3rd down, 3rd and 1. Again, do they go to Hendricks or do they drop back to pass?
And Hendricks is going to come out in motion as they fire this one to the middle of the field, able to pick up extra yards as Trey Meekins going for 16.
Yeah, but Oregon using their second timeout now, 28 seconds left, so most likely going to hold on to that final timeout until they hit about Toledo's 30.
They go 2 running backs in the backfield on this play. As Gauchi's going to fire it down the field, he's able to complete that pass 23 yards downfield as Phillip Allen.
Running the hurry up now, great pass there by Gauchi and great catch by Phillip Allen.
They got 2 running backs back in the backfield once again. Clock is ticking here. Gauchi finally gets the snap off as he's looking to try and find a place to go with the ball. And that one is nearly intercepted by Angelo Perez.
Perez, almost with his second interception of the game, gets swatted down. The one good news about that for Oregon being that it was a pass, the clock does stop.
14 seconds left. They have 27 yards to go to get into that end zone here. 2nd and 10 is they're going to send a man in motion on this one. Gauchi looks to find him, and he's going to fire from the man in motion, who is Trey Stivers, going for 2 yards. But that clock is running.
Bro, you have a timeout, Oregon. You got to use it now.
They get the snap off as the clock is going to hit 0. Trey Stivers is going to get tackled inbounds, and that is going to end the first half there. Heartbreak for Oregon. So now that we've come to halftime with a 20-0 score, I don't think anybody saw this coming. Break down what happened in that first half.
Yeah, I mean, really, it just, again, goes to show Toledo has come out tonight very balanced, very prepared. I think a lot of people expected them to be one-dimensional, most likely through the pass, and that means no disrespect to KJ Kretzer, but you see that with a lot of these MAC teams because they want to try to score as many points to keep themselves in it, but we've seen a great balance here from Toledo, has really caught Oregon off guard, and they've made the most of it. And again, can't take anything away from this defense early as well, Vinny. Back-to-back interceptions to start the game for you, that's amazing, and they turn those into points, which is also key. Oregon has just come out flat-footed, not really any fire under them. Gauchi just looks slow and looks scared in the pocket, and that big thing, time of possession. The more Toledo has that ball, the more worn down that defense is going to get, and that just spells disaster for Oregon in the end, I think. And really, right now, if I'm a betting man, I'm putting as much money as I can into Toledo because they are really showing up tonight, really proving everybody wrong about a lot of conceptions about these MAC teams, especially against P2 offenses.
And you really got to go back to early on in the game. We had 3 of the first 5 drives end up in turnovers. And it's really been the story of how the quarterbacks flipped it on each other. McCade Albert was able to regroup himself and get Toledo back moving, whereas Oregon really hasn't found themselves yet.
Absolutely, and I do think part of that is due to the fact that, you know, Albert had a drive or 2 under him as well before his interception, while Gauchi came out on the first 2 drives and threw back-to-back picks because the second pick was on the first play of that drive. Absolutely
tough start for the quarterback there as McCade Albert looks to fire this one. He's going to complete this pass going for 17 yards as Ellis Buddy.
Yeah, and as we're 20-0 here at the start of the second half, an update from Columbus, Georgia, coming out of the half, 26-7 lead over the Buckeyes, and they are driving inside the 20 in Buckeyes territory right now, looking to add more points are the Bulldogs.
Toledo's going to have 1st and 10 here from their own 46-yard line. They're going to go trips to the top of your screen on this one. McCade Albert's going to be in the shotgun with Kretzer as he goes read option on this one. Decides to keep it, able to pick up 8 yards.
Yeah, interesting. I was expecting a screen from that setup. Instead, they fooled everybody, including me, with that read option. Drew Caleb, his 5th tackle. Great read by Albert. Has made all the correct reads tonight.
Drew Caleb having himself a game from that free safety spot as they look to hand this off. Kretzer is going to try and push it to the left side of the field. He's able to pick up 5 yards, get the first down before he's brought down.
Yeah, for everybody just tuning us, you don't need to adjust your YouTube app. However you're watching this, that score is correct. Toledo is up 20-0 on Oregon, and they are driving.
As they go shotgun on this one, looking to set up the screen on this. He does not have the blocks, and they're going to end up losing 5 on that play.
Yeah, Brazelton not getting fooled there. Quickly fights through those blocks. Sees the pass all the way. Unfortunately, couldn't get there to intercept or anything, but instead lays the hit on Kretzer, forcing a loss of 5.
That's one of the tough realities about the screen pass. You're either going to break it for a big gain, or you're going to end up losing yards. And here, Toledo loses 5 on that, as they're going to come back out in a pistol set on this one. Go read option, and McCade Albert's going to be able to pick up 4 yards before J.D. Callahan lays the lumber.
Yeah, but again, great read there from Albert. He's making all the right reads, but does take a huge shot there from Callahan. Let's see if the quarterback's going to be feeling that one tomorrow.
In an 11 situation, would you try to pick up the entire first down here or just try and get in field goal range?
Still early in the third, I think you just go for field goal.
As they're going to fire this one across the middle, but Hashimoto cannot hold on to it, and that's going to bring up 4th and 11.
Well, unfortunately, if you're Toledo, to get that field goal, you do have to at least get closer with the ball at your opponent's 41. That is a long field goal. They're going to settle for the punt and try to coffin corner.
And as this punt is going to sail out the back of the end zone, not for the brand on that one, as Oregon's going to get their first opportunity here in this half.
And if I'm Oregon, Vinny, my goal, I've talked about him. You've commented the AD for Oregon's talked about him. Tom Hendricks, 2 or 3 rushing attempts in this first half. Was told he was going to be a big factor as Benny Trill, the safety, gets this 3rd deflection of the game. Has been shut out, really, this game. I think get the running game going to just get your offense some consistency is big for Oregon.
And he had a couple good runs on that drive right before the half as they're going to send him out in motion. He's going to be in the flats. They're going to try and find him. He's able to pick up 2 yards.
Yeah, but only able to pick up 2 there. Unfortunately, it was great coverage by Toledo, just kind of lurking there. It was going to bring him down quickly, it looks like. It's only able to pick up 2, and once again, Oregon back in 3rd down.
2 of 8 on 3rd down as we have a 3rd and 8 for Oregon. They're going to fire it across the middle, and they're able to pick up the first down on that play.
Yeah, Hendricks able to pick up the first down, but gets a great block from his teammate, freeing him up there. Looks like he caught it about 2 yards short, turns to cut it up, gets a perfect block from his teammate, though, and is able to pick up that huge first down for Oregon.
Absolutely. Huge block, huge first down. Little momentum here we see for this Oregon offense as they drop back to pass on this one. They're going to fire it across the middle, and that's Stivers picking up 13 and a first down.
Yeah, great job by Stivers. 6 receptions in the game for him already, 31 yards. And what I'm noticing is Toledo is really trying to guard those short flats, leaving the middle of that field open a tiny bit. Back-to-back passes over the middle now for Oregon.
As Gauchi's in the shotgun looking to pass, and they're going to go across the middle once again, but cannot hold on to this as this falls to the turf.
In and out of the hands. I think the receiver heard the footsteps coming, so drops it there for 2nd and 10.
They're going to go 2-by-2 set here. Out the shotgun, play action on this, fires it across the middle, able to hold on is Trey Meekins III for a 13-yard reception and another Oregon first down.
Great job there by Meekins and a big pickup there for the Oregon offense.
Oregon across midfield on this one into Toledo territory. From the 40, they'll take the snap. They're going to fire it across the middle on a slant route. That's Phillip Allen, 12 and another first down. Oregon, their offense starting to cook here.
Oh, offense starting to come together. Gauchi finally looking settled in the pocket. Great throw there. Really only threw or hit where Allen could get it. So a great throw there by the quarterback.
Angelo Perez had an interception earlier. He's got 5 tackles in this game. Really playing well. As Jackson Vernal's going to lay the hit on Jared Harder, only allowing a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, and Vernal had the other interception earlier, just coming up with a huge shot there. Harder able to pick up 2, though, and I still think that's big for Oregon as they can just keep the ball moving forward.
Absolutely. Positive yards is what they need. They got to build momentum here. As we're almost 3 minutes in of this 3rd quarter here. Oregon got themselves a drive going. They're going to go 3 receivers to the top of your screen. They're going to go wide receiver screen on that. Has blocks on the outside, but Jackson Vernal able to get off of it quickly and limit it to a 4-yard gain.
Yeah, right. Able to pick up a couple yards there. And I mean, Vinny, regardless how this drive ends, I'll say it. This is Oregon's best drive they've had tonight.
Absolutely. I mean, you could say that the drive they had at the end of the second half would have been their best, but time ran out on them. But here we go. They have a 4th and 2 and an opportunity to get points on the board.
Yeah, and they're going to go for it go for the field goal as Gav Hudson gets his 5th tackle of the game. Smart decision by Oregon. You just want to take some points right now.
And they are going to keep this from being a goose egg for Oregon as they have cut it down to a 17-point lead here with 5:13 left in the 3rd.
And I don't think people really understand how big of a drive that was for Oregon. Not only do you finally come out and just get points on the board for the first time this season, but you get points on the board to finally settle the offense down. You're not going to get shut out in front of your home fans now. You have a chance. This is really finally getting some momentum back to their side. Now, the defense still needs to come up big. Toledo has really done a good job at just moving the ball downfield consistently, so they need some consistent 3-and-outs if you're Oregon's defense.
quick update over on Twitch. Georgia is leading Ohio State 29-7 with 4 minutes left to go in the third here. As we get a pass over the middle, that's Hashimoto going for 21 yards and getting to midfield.
Yeah, we've seen Hashimoto really using those sidelines. This time he just comes across the middle and a great cut upfield there by Hashimoto. Sees the open space, great cut. Oregon's defender dives for him but can't get him. And just a team effort there by Oregon. I do believe they're going to give credit from that tackle, though, to Drew Caleb.
Hashimoto, the sophomore, was named team captain by his teammates earlier this week as they're going to come out in the pistol. Send a man in motion now. It's going to be a 2x2 set. That's Sailor Sage in the motion. And Albert is going to fire this over to the left side, going right back to Hashimoto for 2 yards.
Yeah, I think Albert just a little too hyped up on adrenaline after that big gain. Throws it just a bit too high. Luckily, Hashimoto able to come down with it.
And McCade Albert is going to get this pass away just in time, avoiding the sack.
Yeah, and we do have another update from Columbus. We just gave it to you guys, but Georgia putting up 7 again, 36-7. Bulldogs really running away with it right now in Columbus. 4 minutes to go in the third quarter.
We're going to have a screen pass here in this one. KJ Kretzer going to break a tackle, but get pushed out of bounds, limiting it to a 4-yard gain. And Toledo going to have to punt away once again.
Yeah, and again, I said it, Oregon's going to need some consistent 3 and outs. So Toledo not able to get anything going this drive here either. Can Oregon maybe ride some of this momentum as they are going to have the ball deep in their own territory?
And the return by Tom Hendricks going to get them up to about the 20-yard line. Oregon, their last 2 drives so far they've been able to move the ball, but at some point you do have to get the ball across the goal line. As Gauchi is going to fire this one to Ty Wright on that one, going for a loss of 1.
And that's just unfortunate because he had Wright open. It looked like Wright even had space in front of him, but just throws it a little bit behind his man. So Wright has to come back for it, and Trill and company are just going to come up and tackle him for a loss of 1. Not what you want if you're Oregon to start this drive, especially after you just put some points on the board for the first time finally.
And if you're Toledo, you got to be happy about what you've seen from their DBs this entire game. They've been all over passes, and anytime a ball's caught, you see every single one of them swarming to the ball here. As Gauchi's going to drop back to pass, fires it over the middle, and Phillip Allen is able to pick up 12 yards, picking up an Oregon first down.
Yeah, they're going to give Allen credit for the first due to forward momentum. Great job, though, by the Toledo defense. I believe that was, I want to say Perez, or I'm sorry, that was Rick Johnson in cover.
And Gauchi's going to fire this one to the sidelines, and it's going to be broken up once again by Trill and company.
Trill just lurking like a hawk tonight, trying to be everywhere on this field, really anchoring down this defense.
Well, he was named All-American last year, had a great season over at Oregon playing against his former team. And Gauchi fires this one to the right side. Phillip Allen, 14 yards and a first down.
Yeah, Trill getting a credit for the tackle there, but Allen able to keep the toes in bounds. Great throw there by Perez, will get credit for the tackle.
As you can see right there, Toledo almost 100 more yards in this game. Oregon, they're finally starting to get their offense going. Got another drive clicking for them as they fire this one across the middle. Phillip Allen picks up 8 more yards.
Yeah, as again, Oregon really finally putting some drives together. Allen now over 100 receiving yards. I mean, really, if you take the 2 interceptions away from Gauchi, he's had a pretty decent game. 27 for 41, 230 yards. Just those 2 interceptions really a black mark on his score tonight.
Absolutely. Second half team is what Oregon is starting to look like here as they fire for 3 yards and another first down across midfield.
Yeah, didn't need a lot. Able to pick up the first down. Now get yourself a fresh set of downs.
They're going to snap the ball from the 44, and this one's going to go 1 yard to Michael Wright on the wide receiver screen.
Trying the quick screen, but Vernal right there to bring him down. White only able to get 1 there.
What are your thoughts on this Oregon field?
You know what? I kind of like it. I love the tree design. I've liked their basketball court with that design, so I don't hate it. I think it really works for a football field.
A lot of negative comments coming last season when Oregon decided to go to this field. I think it's good. I like the creativity in it as Benny Trill gets his 7th tackle, but after Oregon picks up another first down, they're going to have a 1st and 10 up coming on this one. Looking to fire to the right side on this. That's Trey Stivers once again with a catch and 8 yards.
Yeah, Stivers making it 2nd and short, and I think really, though, the issue is when you go with a nice custom field like we see here from Oregon, or like we have over at West Virginia, for example. I think the key is, though, is that people clown on it if you're not a successful team.
And it's Michael White with another catch on this one. This is going for 3 yards and a first down, and Toledo's looking like they're playing a little bit of off coverage, allowing the underneath to happen.
Yeah, Oregon now taking a pitch at Toledo's, but really just wearing down the defense, not giving them a lot of time to catch their breath.
As Gauchi fires this one across the middle to Trey Meekins with another first down. This has been a long drive for Oregon, but you got to start to think as time starts to get closer to the fourth quarter, they have to punch this in.
Absolutely. You can't really afford to be down 17 with 1 quarter to play.
As they are going to hand this one off to Tom Hendricks, who's able to pick up 3 yards, bringing us to 2nd and goal.
Again, Hendricks only 5 rushing attempts so far tonight, but Oregon making the most of it this second half. Trill with his 8th tackle. But again, Oregon really wearing down this Toledo defense. That worked great for Toledo in the first half, not working great for them now.
2nd and goal, 2x2 set out the shotgun for Gauchi, who fires it across the middle and finds Trey Meekins in the end zone for a 6-yard touchdown.
Yeah, great job by Meekins there, able to just find himself right in front of the defender. Great little pitch and catch there. And again, Toledo with multiple 3-and-outs now on offense. The defense doesn't get their normal long wind to catch their breath, get settled back down. Oregon's making the most of it. I mean, a 3-minute drive from Oregon, having a chance to only go down 10, maybe even force another quick 3-and-out to get the ball to start the fourth quarter. This is going pretty well right now for the Ducks. Maybe they are a second-half team, but the defense has to come out big again. Vinny, you're still down 2 possessions. You're about to start the fourth quarter. If Toledo gets maybe 2 scores, that might be a quick ball game for the Ducks.
Quick update over on Twitch. Georgia is just kicked a field goal, making it a 39-7 game with 1 minute left to go there in the third. As we have a minute left to go here in the third, as Toledo has seen their lead cut in half in this quarter, as they are only up 20-10, as Albert fires that one across the middle, and that's going to be dropped.
Yeah, now Albert, the one forcing some passes, as a boo right across the middle, swats it down again. Toledo really needs to just settle down and go back to what worked for them, especially in that first quarter.
Absolutely. Get back to that balance that they had as they fire this one across the middle. That's going to go to Sailor Sage. That's reliable hands, picking up 14 and the first down.
Absolutely. If I'm Toledo and I need to get a drive started, that's who I'm relying on. And that means no disrespect to Nolan Ellis, KJ Kritzer, Ellis Buddy, or anybody else in this offense, but Sailor Sage, she's that consistent presence that you need to just do a quick dump-off pass.
Had 77 yards in the first half. Pretty quiet here so far up until that catch. They're going to hand this one off, but that's going to go absolutely nowhere as Thomas Schultz is able to bring him down in the backfield.
Schultz with his 5th tackle of the game and the first tackle for a loss. Just a great job there. Sets himself up almost looking like a spy, or maybe just man in case Kretzer drops or goes on a run on a passing route, but instead gets him for the tackle for loss.
They're going to go trips to the bottom of your screen on this one. Albert fires it over to Hashimoto, able to pick up 8 and bring us to a 3rd and 3.
And great play call as well, because Oregon setting up a little heavy on the far side there. Looked like they might have been bringing a blitz, but got picked up quick, and Hashimoto falls in right behind the linebackers for an 8-yard gain.
Time ticking down here. Do they get it off? They will get it off, and they're going to fire that to the silence. He's got Nolan Ellis running all the way into the end zone. 47-yard touchdown for Toledo.
And just catching the defense sleeping. I was going to say Toledo, you know, they were 3 for 8 at one point on third downs. Now they were 5 for 12, but Ellis just lines up completely downfield. Nobody in Oregon seems to know where he is. Maybe thought a little bit of a deep play. Maybe thought Ellis was out of bounds or something, but regardless, great play from Toledo.
And that's going to end the third quarter for us. Get those 4s up in chat as Toledo is now up 27-10. Can they hold on in this one? Don't miss this exciting conclusion. You're watching the CFSL on PX1 Sports on YouTube. And welcome back, everybody. We just had an exciting end to the third quarter as we prepare here for the fourth quarter. Huge play from Toledo on a 3rd down to complete a 47-yard touchdown and bring this back to a 2-score game.
Absolutely, just really stifled any momentum Oregon had. This is a big drive for Oregon coming out here to start the fourth.
Absolutely. 9 minutes left in this game as Gauchi is going to look to fire and gets it off just before the hit, and it falls straight to the turf.
Absolutely, because, I mean, Toledo, with that last touchdown, Vinny, makes the 3-possession game now with only a quarter to play.
as we have a 2x2 set here for Oregon. They're going to go halfback draw on this one. Tom Hendricks able to break a tackle and ends up going nowhere.
Yeah, Hendricks just not able to get anything going tonight as Rich Johnson, his second tackle of the game. I mean, Hendricks 6 attempts, only 20 yards, has really been stifled, as well as this Oregon offense on third down.
3 of 10 on third down. It's 3rd and 10 as Gauchi is going to look to fire. He can't get the pass off. Justin Ballard's going to get back there for the sack and bring up a 3 and out.
Great job by Ballard, 7th tackle of the night. Just fights through that O-line. I mean, almost, let me see here. Yes, comes in untouched. Oregon just doesn't put a body on him. As we have another update from Columbus, Ohio State not out of it just yet. Puts up 7 right at the end of the third, as Georgia actually just scored a deep touchdown pass. So both teams putting up touchdowns, making it 46-14 at the start of the fourth quarter.
Fireworks popping off over there. Toledo just had their own fireworks popping off over here. As they're going to get the return, they're going to get a set up across midfield. Hashimoto able to get the ball to about Oregon's 43-yard line. 8 minutes left in the game. Would you be focused on killing the clock here or getting more points?
Right now, I'd be focused on getting more points. We've seen teams come back from 3 possessions, and and all it takes is 1 turnover by Toledo that goes deep. So if I'm Toledo, my goal, get more points, make that lead 34-10, take that 24-point lead, make it almost impossible for Oregon to come back. Then I'd start killing some clock.
They're going to have a 1st and 10 here from the 42-yard line. They're going to hand it off to Kretzer, who makes a nice cut up the middle, and he's going to pick up extra yards on that play, getting it down inside the red zone.
Well, the shoestring tackle there by Oregon, able to stop him. And honestly, that's exactly what I would do if I'm Toledo. Use Kretzer so that, okay, if he gets deep and scores, that's great. But if he doesn't, that kills the clock. But again, Oregon coming up with these shoestring tackle to stop him.
Huge cut move right there, able to cut in front of a boo, escape the tackle, pick up extra yards, sheds a tackle on this one, throws a man, showing everybody he ate his Wheaties, picking up 4 yards.
I mean, that's just grown man strength there from Kretzer. Not the biggest body by any means, 6 feet 210, but just showing that muscle there.
And they're going to go read option on this one. Sailor Sage is going to get the block on the outside. Albert able to break a couple tackles, gets down inside the 5.
And I mean, just the run game for Toledo has been working for him this drive, just keeping it on the ground, wearing down this Oregon defense.
Wearing down the defense, wearing down the clock, hopefully getting across the goal line as they go to Sailor Sage for her 2nd touchdown in this game.
And that's just a perfect drive by Toledo. There's nothing else I can say about it. That is a perfect drive. You shoot up some good clock, you put points on the board, and I'm the guy that doesn't call the game until that final whistle blows. But with how we've seen Oregon play tonight, with how we've seen Toledo's defense play tonight, I think that fat lady's starting to warm her pipe.
I'd give it just a second. I mean, Oregon's going to have the opportunity right here. It's a 3-score game still. And they're going to bounce this run to the outside. Mo Black, he's going to get it up to midfield, finally brought down.
Yeah, as Vinny, it's actually it's a 4-possession game. So, Oregon would have to score 3 touchdowns, get a 2-point conversion in there maybe, and then a field goal to just tie this game up. I think Toledo gets 1 more stop. I want to say that's game.
I think Florida State's math department isn't working too good for you, as it's a 24-point game, and 3 touchdowns and 3 2-point conversions equals 24 points.
I didn't say 2. I wasn't saying 2-point conversions on every play.
Oh, well, I mean, that's the only way you can make it a 3-possession game. As they're fired this one to the outside, and it's incomplete.
You know what? See, this is why I've been fired from every coordinator position I've had.
We still love you, Matt.
Yay.
As Oregon comes up 3rd and 10 from midfield on this one. Gauchi looking to fire downfield. Can't find a man. Finally takes it downfield. And that's going to be caught.
Wow.
What a thread of the needle is that. Trey Stivers making the catch.
And just what a gutsy throw there by Gauchi, really. I don't think there's another word to describe it. Just throws it up there. Stivers goes up and gets it. And I mean, that is just a great play. And Stivers, I mean, 6'3", 235, taller than the secondary. So he has the height advantage and is able to pull it down. Great play call by Oregon.
Absolutely a prayer answered there for Oregon. Still 7 minutes to go in this game. If they can punch it in quick, Still the opportunity here as Gauchi looks to fire this one across the middle, and that's going to go to Ty Wright for the touchdown.
Yeah, and now let's see, what does Oregon do, Vinny? Do they take your advice and go for 2, or do they settle for 1 with still 6.5 to play? My money is they take the 1 right now and hope their defense provides a quick 3 and out like we saw to start the second half.
I'm a gambler.
This is why I've been fired. This is why I was fired.
As they go for the 2-point conversion here to bring this to a 16-point game. As Gauchi is going to hand this one off to Hendricks, who's brought down by the horse collar as Justin Ballard prevents him from getting in.
Yeah, Ballard with the huge tackle. Yeah, if you don't know, we don't believe in horse collars here. That's some new stuff right there. Great tackle by Ballard, stopping him just short, and that at the very least has got to be a big heartbreaker for Oregon.
Absolutely. It's an 18-point ball game, still 3 possessions. Toledo, the main thing here, take care of the ball, run the clock out.
Absolutely. If I'm Toledo, I'm looking at KJ Kretzer and saying, how many times you want to run the ball this drive? You're getting it every time. This drive depends on you.
As they do not take your advice, but Albert is going to take off with it, able to pick up a few yards and actually gets a first down.
I'm so sick of these teams. As Albert, with the great pickup there, great read as well, sees nothing open downfield, so pulls it down and runs for the first as Caleb gets his 9th tackle.
Caleb having himself a game from that free safety spot. Toledo here with 100 more yards than Oregon. As they do run the ball here, KJ Kretzer only going for 1 yard.
And honestly, again, right now if you're Toledo, that's fine. Your goal, don't give the ball back quickly. Chew as much clock as you can. Try to wear down this Oregon defense.
Yeah, you start to get the feeling that they're snapping the ball a little too early here, not wearing enough of that clock as they look to throw this. And Albert is going to get sacked right there. That's going to be Brazelton and Caden Norris there, able to bring him down.
And Vinny, I was thinking the exact same thing. You brought it up. Toledo not letting enough of that clock wear down. If I'm a Cade Albert right now, I have no reason to snap this ball before the clock hits 10 seconds. I don't. You let the clock run down. You let your team settle down and gain some time back, as well as let your defense catch their breath. But a big 3rd down here now for Toledo.
Absolutely. Under 6 minutes here, they're going to look to set up the screen on this one. They're able to complete the pass, but it goes for a loss of 5 on that play. Credit the Oregon defense. They knew what they were up against. They got a quick 3 and out here, and they're going to get the ball back with just under 5.5 minutes left to play.
Yeah, Brazelton not getting fooled there at all, able to bring him down quickly. And now, like you said, Toledo going to have to punt the ball away and punt the ball away from deep in their territory. So Oregon going to get pretty good field position here, as it looks like I thought Toledo might run the clock down a little bit. I was wrong.
As they're going to return this ball up around midfield as Tom Hendricks with 11 on that one. 5:24 left here in the 4th quarter. 18-point ball game as Toledo came in as a 19.5 underdog in this game, as Gauchi and crew are back in the shotgun with a 2x2 set, and they're going to go draw to Hendricks on this play, who's able to break a couple tackles but only gets 4 yards.
Yeah, at the very least, if you bet Toledo 19.5, you're going to need a miracle to happen to lose that bet. As if I'm Toledo, I got to be expecting deep passes. You know Oregon's going to have to score this drive and probably score quickly as well.
As Gauchi is going to look to set up a screen here going to Hendricks. He's able to make the catch, pick up 4 yards, but it's going to be a 3rd and 2 for Oregon.
Yeah, look like Kelly bringing him down there short of the first. 3rd and 2. Let's see here. Does Toledo sell out with a blitz, or do they stay back?
4 of 12 is Oregon on 3rd downs today, as they're going to go play action on this one. Gauchi fires over to the right side and fires out of bounds.
And that's just a great job by the Toledo defense as a whole. Pressure being brought by the defensive line. Great coverage so nobody's open. Gauchi just kind of forced to throw that ball away. And here we go, 4th and 2.
They're going to go with a pistol full house look here as they hand the ball off and sheds a tackle. Able to pick up the 1st down. Keep this drive alive is Joel Smith.
And Joel Smith, the walk-on, coming up huge there, picking up the 1st. Gav Hudson with his 6th tackle. And Oregon not out of it yet as the drive continues.
Huge play right there for Oregon. You could have pretty much wrote this one off. But Gauchi nonetheless going to drop back to pass on this one. But he is going to get sacked. Brian Davis making his 1st sack of the season.
Yeah, Davis, 3rd tackle, 1st sack of the season, and just fights through the offensive line. And credit to Toledo's line tonight, Vinny. Been fighting through these blocks, really getting pressure on Gauchi anytime they can. This has been a team effort from this defense by far, and everybody has shown up tonight.
Yeah, you haven't seen Toledo's defense give up too much momentum to this Oregon offense as they're here trying to claw their way back in. They go halfback draw on this one. They're only able to pick up 3, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and long.
Yeah, 3rd and long. Hendricks, 8 rushing attempts, only 27 yards. Justin Ballard, just like Benny Trill, been everywhere tonight. His 8th tackle of the game.
2 sacks to go with that as well as Oregon. You see for 13 on 3rd downs, and Gauchi is going to fire this to the right side, and he's off the mark once again.
Yeah, Perez over in coverage. And here we go, 4th down again. Let's see here. What can the Ducks do? It's 4th and 10, though, this time.
Yeah, they're going to come with the shotgun set on this one. They're going to look to try and set up that halfback screen. Has the blocker, slips through, but Benny Trill able to bring him down with only 6 yards, and that's going to be a turnover on down for the Oregon Ducks.
Yeah, it's everybody's favorite play, the halfback screen, but Hendricks makes a great cut to get it upfield. Just unfortunately, Toledo's defense, again, been everywhere tonight. Great team effort there and forces the turnover.
They go 2 tight end set, but they're still going to look to throw the ball as they fire that along the sidelines going to Sailor Sage for 20 yards.
And I gotta say, I think Toledo maybe right now be trying to show off Oregon a little bit, saying to like the odds makers and everybody, you think we're 19.5-point underdogs? Let's go put some more on the board real quick. Really blow your bets right now. I mean, Toledo's come out with a fire lit under them this game.
Yeah, at some point you would expect them to start running the ball as they look to come out the I formation on this one. And they're still going to pass the ball. What do I know? I'm only the coach. As they're able to pick up 8 on that play.
Yeah, as Ellis Buddy, 3rd reception, 37 yards. Maybe Toledo, maybe they just want to pick up this 1st down and they'll start running it as they are really starting to chew up some of that clock.
As they're going to come out another dual tight end set on this one. As they just do get the snap off, going to the right side as Kretzer able to pick up 1, but not the 1st down.
Yeah, 3rd and inches, but again, let's just see what they do. The key, really, they are letting that clock run down. They are making sure Oregon knows that this game is out of reach for them.
And just a quick update over on Twitch. Georgia has just kicked a field goal, making it a 56-14 lead over Ohio State with 4 minutes left in that game. Back over here on... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I'm really surprised by that outcome. I really thought this game would be a lot closer, but the Bulldogs just caught the Buckeyes sleeping tonight.
Absolutely. I expect to see great things out of that Georgia team. As we approach 2 minutes here in this one, Kretzer able to get 2 yards, pick up the 1st down, and you could pretty much say this one's just about over.
Yeah, just under 1:30. Oregon not looking like they're going to call a timeout tonight. Just ready to let this game in.
As we are down under 1.5 minutes, Kretzer once again going to the outside. And since this one's going to end up the way it is, what do you think about the later games we got going on? We have North Carolina at Boise and Eastern Michigan at West Virginia.
I expect that North Carolina Boise game to be pretty good. I know the Broncos a little underperformed last season in a lot of people's eyes. I expect great things from them, really trying to go better off. And I mean, we've seen already tonight one MAC team beat a P2. I'm curious, can they do it again, or will West Virginia just leave the P2 losses tonight at 1?
Eastern Michigan, they did make a run. They were one of the final 4 teams left in the playoffs last season. Do they keep the magic alive here as the clock is finally going to expire in this one? Matt, wrap this one up for us.
I mean, just credit to Toledo. Again, 19.5-point underdogs. Came out with a fire under them, led 20-0 at one point this game, Vinny. I mean, they knew what they needed to do. They knew their game plan and executed it well. Oregon just caught sleeping, but we've said it before. Teams have lost week 1 and gone on runs after this. The Ducks can't hang their head for too long. This is a tough league to be in. I expect to see them bounce back here later on. Toledo, right now, it's obviously the only MAC team to play. My current pick to win the MAC.
And I want to give a thank you to our associate producer, Austin Crow, our executive producer, Mike Peters, and of course, my broadcast partner tonight, Matt Hatchell. And on behalf of our broadcast crew, I'm Vinny Mixon. You've been watching the CFXL presented by PX1 Sports on YouTube. Make sure to tune in later tonight at 8:30 CST. On Twitch, we got North Carolina taking on Boise State. And 8:30 here on YouTube, Eastern Michigan takes on West Virginia. We hope to see you back and enjoy the rest of your day.